Have any of you been there to Bolton Harvest? Okay, what do you love about Bolton Harvest? It's donuts. They have the best apple cider donuts. We've done taste tests with friends of ours who have said, no, this other place has better donuts. It's not true. They have the best donuts, and they're also doing some other interesting things now. Okay, so Doug, getting back to the script. He is a third-generation apple grower in New York's Hudson Valley. He was raised on the farm and now manages the farm for his family. He took, what I thought was neat about his bio is he took an early interest in all of the different things that goes into, running a farm. Okay, so how do we grow the apples? How do we package them? How do we sell them? He says that he sometimes works in the office, but it is definitely his preference to be out on a forklift or a tractor. He is a graduate of Deerfield Academy and Cornell's College of Agriculture. He's fluent in Spanish, and he studied in Spain and Costa Rica and Honduras. He has exported apples, peaches, cherries, pears, and other perishables throughout Latin America. Doug currently serves as president of Premier Apple Cooperative, director of the New York Apple Association. He manages the farm and is the president of Bear Harvest Inc. So he's very busy. His brother Derek is the owner of Harvest Spirits. So you have a family that has started with, the apple farm, and now you're diversifying, you're moving into something new, right? So he's the owner of Harvest Spirits. Derek grew up with his four brothers at the farm. After completing his Bachelor's of Science, also from Cornell, he embarked on a successful career in graphic design in Boston. He returned to the family farm in 2004, and he soon determined that it would be a good idea to establish a distillery. So again, he ended up doing some lobbying to do this. With the help of the New York Farm Bureau, Derek lobbied in Albany for changes in New York's beverage law to establish the Farm Distillery Act. And the Harvest Spirits is the first farm distillery in New York State, which I think is really neat. And they have recently gotten into creating artisanal vinegars, in addition to doing things like gin and vodka and applejack. So welcome the two of you to our forum.
I brought some donuts, and I didn't bring enough to share, but my brother Doug here, responsible for the donuts, I just wanted to bring this up and introduce him as the brain behind this all, and really added new life to the farm. So this is a humble story about an apple farm and two brothers out of five who grew up there. And we're hearing a lot about entrepreneurism out of the ether, when somebody with just sheer determination has a vision and starts something out of nothing. We're entrepreneurs coming from a family farm who are applying a lot of the same passion, appreciation, passion, and skills, and the risk of failure, and we're applying it to something that already existed, maybe something that was getting a little old and stodgy. So it's a story about rejuvenating, putting life into an old established apple farm with entrepreneurialism. And that's enough said for me, but I'll let Doug take it away from here.
Thank you, Derek. So I brought a few apples up here because the traditional Red Delicious and Golden Delicious dominated. And then moved on to other breeds. There were 7,000 varieties of apples. And we grow about 28 varieties commercially. That's a Golden Delicious cross called Lusk. And we've since moved on to other varieties like Honeycrisp, which is popular. And we've got some Yellow Gala. And we've got a few others. Snapdragon and Ruby cross are two that are coming on that are new. And I only mention these because it's constantly changing. Business is changing. Derek mentioned donuts. So when I got out of high school, I took a year off and started a bakery. Didn't know anything about baking, but I knew that our car stand needed something that would bring people in. So I
when Doug started the bakery, my dad said no way. So Doug was fresh out of high school. He's being very humble here. He's fresh out of high school, and as a high school graduation present, my dad let Doug kind of manage Golden Harvest Farms, basically take over for the summer. And back then, the farm made no money over the summer. It was the dead time of year. The apples were all soft in the summer. So Doug started, he's very entrepreneurial. He hired me to run the cash register. Very smart, that was his first move. And then the second move is that he started buying fruit from the Nantes market and reselling it. And then by the end of the summer, he convinced my dad to buy a donut machine. My dad said, no way, you're not doing this. You're going off to college and you're going to leave me making the donuts. So determination, you know, he really can't be understated. His determination to get a donut machine and start the bakery there is very important. And, you know, so anyway.
I did have to lobby our father. He was
Not easy guy.
Yeah, any idea you come up with is always no. So you have to be very persistent. Keep going. And we did, the stand used to close at Memorial Day every year, and we reopened again when we had apples in late August. So it was an idea to keep it in the first year-round kind of effort. So we did have the bakery. I did go off to college. The bakery continued to grow and be successful. And when I came back, I spent some time living in Latin America, and there were apples down there, but only at Christmas time, and they were a delicacy, and they like the small ones. And small ones for domestic sales in the U.S. are a byproduct. There's no real market for them. They go into juice, or it's a low-value item. So I had the bright idea of trying to export apples, which is a process to get apples off the tree and into the hands of the consumer in Costa Rica. So I learned that process, again, through trial and tribulation and sheer force of will. And we exported to over 15 countries in Latin America and the Caribbean. And I'm going to let Derek take over now, because he really loves talking.
Very important about what Doug's talking about international agriculture. He's talking about going to another country, meeting people, and somehow coordinating tractor-trailer loads of packed fruit, getting to that country, going through all this bureaucratic legwork to get that done. So, you know, I certainly credit your Spanish. You know, foreign language skills are super important. Obviously, if you want to go and open up markets in foreign countries. And also, Doug is good at selling. He's got a very positive attitude. We're talking a lot about keeping a positive attitude when you're facing adversity, and your inner passion, your positivity will certainly be the thing that people remember you for, how you made them feel positive, and not necessarily what you said. My story is really briefly, I was a graphic artist. I doodled, probably like a lot of you do. I doodled a lot in class, and I wasn't a terrific student. But after I graduated from college, I got a job as a graphic artist. And this is really in the early days of the internet and Photoshop and Illustrator and all that. I learned how to basic page layout graphic art. I wouldn't consider myself Picasso, you know, but I could do enough to get a job. And I worked in advertising, and I worked as a freelancer, and I got a taste for entrepreneurialism. And when I moved back to the farm, about 2005, which seems like forever ago, I learned that you could make spirits from apples. And I don't expect you to know everything about spirits right now at your age, but just very briefly, what that is you take sweet apple cider and you add yeast to it. And the yeast turns the sugars into alcohols. Alcohol boils at a different temperature than water, so if you put the hard cider into a kettle and apply heat, the first thing to boil off is going to be alcohol vapor. So this is very different than hard cider. We're talking about hard spirits. The benefit of hard spirits is that you get a higher price for it than you do for something like sweet cider. You get a higher price for spirits than you would hard cider. So there's a continuum here from the apple, right, which is a commodity. That's something that you eat, you need, and it's dictated by the price of the market. And then you start processing it, you put it into juice, you press it, and all of a sudden this commodity is a little more of a luxury, and you can fetch a higher price for it. Well, then you put the cider into the apple and into the donut mix, and this becomes even more of a luxury. You don't really need donuts, it's a luxury, but you can ask a higher price for it. And then finally, up the continuum of value add, the more you process that commodity into a luxury, the higher price you can command for it, all things being equal. So that's the brief economic story here of how to take something that you need and that's dictated by the market prices, basically what the market is something you want, and therefore the producer has better ability to set the price. And then, that's enough about spirits. Vinegar is also something you can make from apples. My job in the farm is to find creative uses for apples, and I'm still thinking of more things, but one of the recent things is vinegar. Vinegar is one more step beyond fermentation. So again, you start with sweet cider, add yeast to it, becomes alcoholic hard cider, and then you add oxygen to bacteria, break that alcohol down into acid, which is why vinegar is kind of tangy. So that's it. Doug and I are very lucky to be part of a family that grows fruit, and we're very lucky to be up here in the Hudson Valley, where there are a lot of people that appreciate fruit, apples, drink cider, like donuts, and I'm proud to just be part of a larger family, something bigger than just myself and my business, but part of a larger farm. Yeah.
No, you nailed it. It is about, rather than throwing this out, which everyone can grow an apple, taking it, what do you do with it? And how do you get the most money out of it so that